All right, everybody, part 3 of the recreation story, the Kainos creation. So if you didn't listen to part 1 or 2, you may want to go back and listen to those. But just to give a quick summary on those, we started off with Christ as the creator. And we don't often think of Jesus as the creator, but he was before all things, and by him and through him all things were made. And all life originates from him. All the creation comes out of Jesus. And so therefore we existed in him from before the foundations of the earth, because he was always the life. And so therefore when he incarnates as Jesus, he brings the whole creation with him and baptizes the old order into his grave and raises up a new creation, and now we are born anew by the resurrection of the dead. So when we talk about a new creation, we go to 2 Corinthians 5 verse 17, and it's often taught that if any man be in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. And the way it's taught is that it's kind of more of an individual kind of experience that happens, that we were one way and we lived a certain way, and then on March 5th, 1999, we did some ritual and we became a new creation. And that's actually not the way Paul is teaching it. If he was teaching it that way, he would have used the word neos for new. But he doesn't use that word. He uses kainos. And we'll talk about that word in a second, but it also doesn't start off as a conditional statement. It actually says, therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creation. So the therefore turns it into a conclusion based on what Paul says a few verses earlier. And he says that we are compelled by love because we've come to the conclusion, or we've made the judgment, that if one man died for all, then all have died. And we now no longer see anybody in a mere human sense. He says, therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. So he's talking about the entire created order and coming more to a conclusion that everything that was in Christ became a new creation. And that's actually what kainos means. It's not just an individual kind of old to new in time and space. It's, man, we are in a whole new order, a whole new world, if you will, and a kainos creation. Never seen anything like that before, man. That is unique. That is something that's never been done before. And so we've all been grafted into this new creation. And this is kind of what the awakening is. Paul says to awake to righteousness and sin not. And so he's basically wanting all of humanity to wake up to this reality of who we are, that we are new creatures. The whole creation is standing on tiptoe, waiting for the sons and daughters of God to see who they actually are and to believe who they actually are. And this is the upside down kingdom that we live in. You know, it's the indicative imperative, the way Paul teaches. He says, this is who you are. You are a new creation. You are a son and daughter of God. You are holy. You are righteous. Therefore, husbands, love your wives, or whatever kind of behavioral thing he gives. He's basically saying that because this is who you are, now you should be empowered to carry it out. And the way that we kind of look at it is the opposite. We actually think that if we do more, we can become a new creation, or if we, strive more or whatever, we become more holy and more righteous or whatnot. And that's kind of living from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That's the wrong tree. The tree of life says, no, you are a human being. This is who you are. Therefore, be empowered to do so. And so this is the kainos reality that we live in. The whole order is been recreated and has been born into this kainos reality. And now comes the awakening, that we can awaken to this reality of sons and daughters of God, that we have an immortal diamond on the inside of every single one of us. And so therefore we can start identifying with it and pointing to it in other people as well as ourselves.